Hello, guys. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I'm Nehemiah. I think most of you know me. And guys, first of all, I would like to appreciate you so much for supporting me by subscribing and also watching my videos, keeping regular visits to my channel. And so, guys, I must say thank you. And so today I'm gonna show you, or we are going to discuss HTML links and perhaps uh, the HTML list. I had promised you that today we shall discuss including the images and tables, but I saw the video will be very long and it might be a bit boring for many, and that's why I decided only to discuss the HTML links and list. And so, guys, as usual, we must preview at least what we discussed last time so that we may put everybody on board. And so, guys, let's straight away jump to our text editor. I do use Sublime Text. So here is our Sublime Text, and guys, today I want us to begin by first saving this document. Do you know the procedure for saving a HTML document? Just go to the File tab, and then click on it, and then come down this place that says Save. For me, on my case, I had already saved this document, and that's why for me, I'll go for Save As to replace that document. And I hope you do remember the how to save a HTML document. Remember the keyword is just .html. So index.html. Remember the keyword is .html. You can put your things before .html. It doesn't matter to anything, but the keyword is just .html. And so when you are done, just click save and then replace it. For me, I had already saved it, that's why I'm replacing it. And so I've saved in downloads. So now to open that document, you go to your Window Explorer. Just click Windows logo plus E to open your Window Explorer, or if you have that Window Explorer on your taskbar, just click on it and open. Uh-huh. And so I had saved it in downloads. Yeah. My laptop, as usual, is a bit slow, but I know with time I shall know what to do with it. So it's displaying the Chrome logo because Chrome is my default. If Microsoft Edge is your default, it will display the icon for Microsoft Edge. And guys, as you can see, the page is so blank like this because we haven't written anything in our text editor in our document actually. And so let's minimize this page, actually this window. Let's minimize it, and also uh, let me close this window for Window Explorer, File Explorer actually, and also let me try to minimize this. Yeah, that you may have two windows at the same time. So guys, now that you've saved your document, do you remember what we discussed last time about HTML documents? So I guess you do, but let's remind those who don't know. And so first of all, you must write the declaration that will tell your browser that I'm using this version of HTML. Actually, this declaration defines that this is a HTML document, and the declaration is a doc type. You must, but first of all, begin with the angle bracket followed by exclamation mark, and then you write your doc type in caps. Remember, everything has a meaning, so just write doc type, and so guys, After you've written the doc type, then you click the space bar at least to create some space there, and then you write your HTML. Remember in small letter, HTML, and then you close. Always remember to close with this angle bracket. So now this the declaration that tells that this is a HTML document, or at the same time can tell your browser that this is the version of HTML I'm using. Remember, you're using HTML version, which is the latest, I guess. And so after you've written your declaration or declaration, so the next thing you go to the HTML itself. Remember always to begin in the angle bracket for less than. The angle bracket for, I guess, less than or what? This one, I don't know. It's less than, a symbol for less than, an angle bracket for less than, or perhaps, yeah. So when you have done that, just type HTML. So this HTML defines the root of the document. Yeah, it defines the root of this document. And so I don't know what's going on, but yeah, let me click enter to that it may finish for us. Yeah, though no, let me delete it. I don't want to confuse anybody. Mhm. So after you've written that, always remember to close your HTML. Remember we have the the self-closing tags, but always we have the complete HTML elements. For instance, HTML is a complete element, so you must have your closing tag. So remember the closing tag has a forward slash, but everything is just the same. So click this angle bracket for less than, and then you write your HTML with a forward slash after that angle bracket for less than. And so when you've written that, remember everything that you shall be coding as we discussed last time should be in between this HTML, the open tag for HTML, and below or above the closing tag for HTML. And so, guys, the next thing now you go to the head. Do you know the tag for head is just head. And so, remember always to close, and the closing tag for head is just a forward slash it head. And so, in the head we have the title, the title, title. Sorry. Pardon. Okay. Oh, let me try this one. Title, yeah. Yeah, this one is what I wanted. So last time we said that our title to be HTML element, but today we are going to discuss HTML links in the list. So let's write HTML list and links. So now this is our title, and then now we go to the body. The tag for body is just body. Then you click in that it process for you. So in the body we have and guys, in the last video I told you that in the body is where everything now will lie. And so this is where actually your paragraph will be, the headings, the tables, the links, as we are going to discuss a bit. So your body is now where your content will be displayed. If you want your content to be displayed on that page, it should be in this body between the opening tag for body and the closing tag. So and the next I told you the headings, the heading for the page. Remember the heading we are using here, that we've written here is just what will be displayed in the tab, not in the page itself, but just there the tab section. But the heading you'll write here between the opening tag and closing tag of the body. It's now your head of what will be on your page. And so, guys, let's begin by first in our heading. Do you recall remember the tag for a heading? H1. H1 defines the largest heading, but always remember that with CSS you can style your heading to be even H6 to be greater than this H1. But because we're not focusing on on CSS, uh, we're dealing just with HTML. We shall discuss CSS later. But for us, let's go with H1, which defines the largest heading. And so the heading, what shall we give it? Let's say mhm, web development. Yeah, web development. Web development. And so let's assume that's our title. Uh, so the next thing we go to the paragraph. The tag for paragraph just P, and then just write lorem to generate some text. But I told you that at the end of these tutorials, we shall have our project, so we shall write clear things that at least it may at least be presentable. So after I've written lorem, then click tab, and then click enter to generate some text there. And so let's at least create another paragraph. Remember to close always. Yeah, to close. To close is just the forward slash, but everything is just the same. So let's add another paragraph. So let's write P paragraph, and then close that. Then write lorem to generate some text again. Sorry, please. Lorem, just tab then enter. And so, guys, as you can see, we have let's at least try to save again and refresh this page. Yeah, give it time. And so, as you can see, I have the title. Remember, I told you that this title here is what displays in this tab section. But the heading we write here is what the heading we write here, for instance, H1, is what will display in this page. And so, basically, I like Chrome, and most browsers usually have some padding, the space between the margin, or the space between the paragraph when you write two paragraphs. This is just default, but with CSS you can adjust how you want. But Chrome has some, it has some padding for itself. you know uh, Padding is basically the measurements which are used in HTML. In and so, guys, at least let's try to customize this paragraph. These two paragraph, for instance, this first one, let me make it at least bold, and this last one I'll make it italic. Uh, Basically, this is to revise what we discussed last time. So, do you remember the tag for making the text bold? Just strong tag, or B strong. Yeah. Then at the end, let me write also the what the closing tag for strong is just strong. And then for this case, in this other, first of all, let me save and at least refresh. So when we refresh, at least you see it's bold. But in this second paragraph, uh, let's say to be italic. Yeah, italic. um, Italic, and then let's close our second paragraph. So just I close this for you. Oh, really? Not? Yeah. So now this is our paragraph, our second paragraph. Let's refresh. Mm-hmm. You can see it's italic. So this is what I will. Perhaps I'll talk based on what we discussed. Before then, I would like also to let you know some things here. The comments. Actually, comments are used for developers to tell them that this was a title, this was a list, this was a, but it will not display in that browser, in that page. So the word for the tag for comments just it's a self closing actually. Just write the opening tag at the angle bracket, then you put these two hyphen what I don't know, it's hyphen or something, yeah, and then write maybe second paragraph. uh it will not display actually, it just help you to know that this is what you are talking about. Always remember to close, it's a self closing tag. And so perhaps there's a refresh that you may see. uh, uh, as you can see, it has no effect. So guys, today we are going to discuss the uh, perhaps before I go to the links. So in this HTML elements, you have the inline and the block elements, block level elements. So basically, inline do not start in a new line. The inline tags do not start in a new line. We are going to discuss those links. Links you'll see. Basically, the word for links. Some attributes, as you will see, it will just stick in the first tag, perhaps for link and um, the image and span, something like that. Those are the inline elements. But a block elements like this paragraph, body, and so forth. Perhaps I might want to tell you some basic things about the links. So before I talk about links, because most of the time we shall be using the HTML attributes, let me try to tell you the HTML attributes. So attributes are basically uh, you know they add more information about HTML elements, and so they are placed always between the start tag of the HTML elements, and they are always in pairs, the name and value. They are always in pairs, like for instance, ID and some ID. They are in pairs, like link, the hyperreference, equal sign, and your link URL now. So basically, the attributes they just add more information about the HTML, no, the HTML elements. So guys, so now let's discuss the HTML links. So HTML links are basically hyperlinks. They are hyperlinks. With the HTML, with their link, you can just click on it and jump to another document or another page, another window, or in the same window, but at the top. So we have a different kind of links. Links doesn't have to be a text. It can be an image. It can be a button. No button, but for button we shall discuss it when we shall be coding with when we shall be discussing the JavaScript. But for us, we are going to focus basically on the HTML links, maybe for text, the text symbols. So another thing about HTML, it must always include the hypertext reference. This indicates the destination for your link, And so the symbol for your hypertext reference just href. So basically, let me try to write the code so that you may know what I'm talking about. So A, and you know, no. So the A defines A defines this is a hyperlink, defines hyperlinks, HTML hyperlinks, and then as I told you that HTML attributes, they just add more information about your elements. So now this hypertext reference. So hypertext reference, defines the destination of your link. So in these two quotation mark, I told you that they come in pairs. So for instance, for HTML link, so you'll have your hypertext reference plus the URL. So URL, let's try to use the for Google. Google is so common. So let's write the URL for uh, the Google link. So HT hypertext transfer protocol secured, and then for colon, then double forward slash, and then www.google mhm, google dot, dot com, yeah, so dot com. And then so now after that you write now your the text what you want to be seen in that page. So for instance, let me say uh, let me say click me to prove that I'm a link. Always remember to close the your what? Always remember to close the your element. So forward slash, no, forward slash, and then so guys, basically this is the tag syntax for your hyperlink, the HTML link. So we always have the a tag which defines a hyperlink, and then as I told you that attributes, they are always in pairs. You have your name and value. For our case, the name here is a hypertext reference, which defines the destination of the link, and then we have the URL. Uh, URL in full is a uniform resource locator. Just it's used to define, to tell where the destination actually for the link, and then this is the URL for the google.com. So and then this text, this is what now will appear. Remember, these other things will not appear on your page, but the text here is what now will appear. So for my case, I've written click me to prove that I'm a link. So this is what will be the link. And basically the HTML links, perhaps the unvisited link are always underlined blue, and then when you click that link, automatically it turns to purple. But the link that it is visited regularly, it's always an underlined red. But always remember that with CSS you can color link to be in different format. But for HTML, the visited link is purple. The unvisited is just blue, and the one is visited regularly is underlined red. So let's save this document. hmm But for uh, next time we shall be using the shortcut which is Control S. So let's refresh. So as you can see, guys, the this link is blue. I guess, yeah, it's blue because it's unvisited. But when you click on it, mm, And guys, by default, when you write your hyperlink, your HTML link, it will always open on in the same tab, in the same page, in the same window. But you can customize it to open on a new window or tab by adding this target attribute. So target, let me use that's completed for me. So you can add another target, and then you write the underscore, and then you write blank to open on a new page, on a new tab, or on a new on a new window. So now we have two attributes here. We have the hypertext reference, and also we have the one for opening to a new window or page or a tab. So let's refresh this. Let's first of all save, and then refresh. So guys, you'll realize that when I click on this link, it will open on a new tab. You can see it has directed you to the Google page, but on a new tab. At the same time, at the same time, so the same time, let's try to say to make it open in the same page. So you'll replace with self. Remember, only you can only use one attribute at a time. You cannot use the self, and then at the same time you use the blank, and the same time you use the parent or top. You just use one. So for our case, let's save this document. You remember the shortcut Control S, and then refresh. I don't know why it's popping up all the time. So because it's a self, it will just open in the same tab when you use the self. But we have others. I don't the parent. We have the top. But basically, this we shall discuss this when we shall be talking on actually JavaScript. JavaScript, yeah. So this is the HTML links. I don't know if perhaps because I mentioned the URL here and the hypertext transfer protocol, perhaps let me try to to make you understand. So the URL, as I said earlier, is a uniform resource locator, just used to to direct you to a page for a certain website or you know or a certain page. And then we have the HTTPS, this one. This one basically is an abbreviation for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It's an application protocol for instant distributed or a collaborative or perhaps the hypermedia information system that allows users to communicate data on the World Wide Web, the so-called WWW. And so, guys, we have the HTTP and we have the HTTP with S. So the difference is that HTTPS with an S like this one, it is encrypted. It is encrypted either with the TLS or with the SSL. SSL, it's encrypted. But the HTT without an S is is not encrypted. So perhaps, and I see most of the scammers or those fraudsters, they use it to fetch your data, to fetch your data on their database. So I recommend you that not always go to the website that has no S in their links. It has no S, at the top, in front of this HTTPS hypertext transfer protocol. When you add so I hope we are clear now. You understand something. So maybe if I can repeat, the A tag defines the hyperlink, and then hypertext reference, it defines the destination of that link, and then now this is your URL, and then we have the text here. This text now is what now will appear on your browser, as you can see here in this end. This is what now will appear here, and then we have the closing tag. Always remember HTML has the closing tag, but not all, like the self closing, the remnants of XHTML. And so guys, basically, if I can remind you, the visited link, the unvisited link actually is blue, underlined but blue. The visited link is purple. I don't know, like this one, I guess it's purple because at least we have visited it. So it's purple, but it's underlined. But if you regularly visit this link, you visit this link many times, it will be red but underlined. So let's try another thing. The I'm not going to details. We shall discuss links in details when we'll be talking about JavaScript, because we shall include the buttons and so forth. So let me try another link for email, perhaps email. So always you are a tag, and then hyperreference. Uh-huh. So no, this one we are not using this. Let's try for email, which is mail mail to, and then colon, and then you'll write now your email. Like for my case, let me say Nehemiah. This is my email, Nehemiah at gmail.com. So let me make it open on another tab. So let me use this target attribute, and then let me use blank. Yeah. So underscore, then blank. Blank, no, blank. Yeah, blank. And then let me say contact us. So the mail to inside the hyper text reference attributes, create a link that opens users email program, to let them send a new email, a mail to you. Yeah, a mail to you. And always remember to close your tags, because it will not run. So the closing tag for a tag mhm, is a, but with a forward slash. So control S, control S. So let's refresh. So you see you have the conductors, but at least let me try to make this, to have at least to be two, like two different links. So let me use a break tag. Do you remember the break tag? Just like that, at least to split these lines. Perhaps let me include another break tag. Break tag. So when I save, Control S, and refresh, at least it has created the two lines. So when I click this link, mhm, basically, as you can see, the unvisited link here, we have unvisited link, which is a blue. The visited, it was red. So guys, you can see it is directing me to my mailing program. Uh-huh. And so, guys, I guess because of time, we shall not go into details on emails. We stop it here and discuss the list. But at least you've known. Actually, this is a clear proof of what I've been talking about. That the unvisited link is always blue. The visited is purple. But the one which is visited regularly, it will be. If you visit this link regularly, it will be automatically red, turn to red. So by now, I guess we are done with the links. But remember, we shall. This is a very very long series. We shall be discussing more in details later. So let's go to the list. Let's have the comment for the list. Uh, Sometimes when I write and the same time talk, I'm kinda confused. But I guess you'll bear with me. With the time, I shall be established and things will be well. Okay. So the list and then the closing tag. Remember, the comment is a closing, it's a self-closing tag. So what do you know about HTML list? Um, Basically, the HTML lists allow the web developers. You can number your things, your things if you want to number your things, or perhaps yeah. So that's all about lists. So we have the ordered list, we have the unordered list, and also we have the descriptive list. We have very many, but at least we discuss these three, and it will be fine for us. So let's first of all begin the unordered list. So the start tag for the unordered list is just UL. 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 Yeah. Click enter. So this is the open tag and the closing tag of the unordered list. Unordered list. The unordered list. I don't know if I put. We have the ordered list and the unordered list. So this is unordered list. The list that has those bullets. I guess bullets. And then the ordered list has the numbers 1, 2, 3, and so forth. So between these two tags, the open tag and the closing tag of the unordered list, so we have the list now itself. So the tag for list is just li. Let me use this one, li. So now this is how you number your items. Like for my case, let me say what I love. Um, Uh, or let me say some of the programming language you have. Number one, you have Python. Python. I love Python. Python. Then, or let me copy this and make. Mhm. Oh, so you can add your things here, but for my case, I've repeated Python, 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 but you can put Java and so forth. But for my case, I've just used that. Let me refresh. Control say. Let me save first of all, and then refresh that you may see the list. So you can see we have the unordered list. Just they have the bullets. I don't know if these are the bullets, but I guess you understand. You understand what I'm talking about. So this is an unordered list. So let's go to the ordered list. Let's put our comment. Uh, Comment the ordered list. Ordered, ordered, uh, ordered list. Yeah. Then you close your comment. Is it? No, always remember it has an exclamation. I had forgotten. And so, guys, let's talk of ordered list. So we've discussed the unordered list. So now let's talk on ordered list. So basically, the ordered list, the tag for ordered list, just OL, and then the OL, and then now we have the list itself. The list, the tag for list is just li. Always remember to close. So for my case, I'm gonna use Oh, yeah, it has the closing time. So let's use maybe Java. We used Python last time, so let's use a Java. So let me copy. Mhm. So this is now our list. Uh, let's save and refresh. Mhm. So as you can see, you have the list now. You have the list on your left. You have this on this page. You have the list now. The ordered list. Basically, the unordered list is has the bullets, while the ordered list it's numbered 1, 2, 3 to infinity or to and so forth. Actually, so forth. So let's talk about now the descriptive list. So our exclamation mark and then descriptive descriptive list lists. So so the descriptive list actually DA describe the descriptive list DL, and then DT defines now the term or the name DT. Like for example, let's say mango, and then you describe it. Mango is a fruit, like that. So you use a DT, and then now D describe now each item description. Description. Now you describe now the list using the DD. So straight away, let's check code. So the main tag is just DL, descriptive list. Mhm, a descriptive list. And then now in the descriptive list, let's begin. Let's say let me use mango or anything. hmm So DT. Let's say DT is our let me use again Python, not really Python. And then now in the DD, let's say now when you describe Python, let's say it's my programming language. Programming language. And then perhaps let's use another one. DT, DT. Uh-huh. So let me use DT descriptive term, and then write maybe HTML. So now in when you describe HTML, let's say DD DD is a markup language. Is a markup language. So this is the descriptive list. So let's refresh and see. Control S first of all to save, and then refresh. So guys, you can see we have our descriptive list. So at least it tries to. By now, I know at least you know a little bit about the HTML elements. You know the HTML links. You know the list, at least from ordered list, unordered list, and descriptive list. So in the next video, I'm going to create a video on HTML images and tables. Actually, I hate to include it here, but I saw the video will be very, very long, and perhaps it will be boring for many. And so by now, guys, let me end it here. But always remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you have subscribed, Thank you so much for watching, and always keep regular visits because I'll be posting new contents every now and then. And always remember to share with a friend who might want to learn the basic web development. Actually, web development. We are moving from basics to advanced. So by now, let's not talk about the basics. So see you in the next video, guys. I'm very much happy to have you on board.